Hello and welcome to episode 19 of ghostgalknitspodcas. I'm Ghost, also known as Sarah. So I got a partial finished object for this week. And don't mind some messes you see behind me. It's been a rip apart day and recast on day. So I'm going to start off with some shop items. So right now I'm working on putting together dishcloth packets to sell in the shop. These will be available these will go up on Sunday in the shop. And these are going to be sold 2 for $5. They come nicely gift wrapped. Gift wrap is not extra. Unless you requested. Look, I haven't gotten around to gift wrap to the stuff on the shop. So those are going on shop 2 for $5 because I've got too many dishcloths right now and I don't need all these, and I really do not need this many dishcloths. I really don't. I did end up selling some of them already, but so next on our lovely list, this is probably going to end up being a pretty short episode. I'm talking like probably 30 minutes if that, but we shall see. Next is, you guys have seen this. My parents. And then this is one panel done for a pet blanket. You guys have seen what it looks like when it's completely finished, because I have made one for my cat. This is actually going to my brother's house for his girlfriend's cat. That was dragged out of storage. Haven't really worked on it. Okay. I don't know. Have I shown my shawl recently? If not, well, you guys are in for a bit of a surprise. So, this is my shawl. I don't know if I think I showed it on the last podcast. I wasn't this far into it, though. I think I was still in the blue sea before I got to, like, this purplish area, this purplish blue. But I am getting closer to finishing the first ball of yarn and then being able to tie onto the second ball. So this is getting closer to done, which is good, because I have another one I have to make. But that might get held off till summer area, maybe, possibly. I'm thinking that one's probably going to get held off till, like, summer. So, yeah. So that's going along really nice. Extra controllers and stuff. So this is my mini loom. This is not shown that often just because it's only you can only work on it so long before it gets to the point of, okay, I've worked on this. I'm tired of it. So right now I'm on the red. I still have the gray to go. That's all I have left of this. So this is getting closer to be casted off. And yes, this is probably going to end up in the shop just because I thought I was going to like it. No. Nope. I don't like this. I've worked on it so long that I'm now at the point of, I really don't like this. I'm not going to rip it apart because I've already put this much work into it. So once I cast the gray on, get that done, once I get this thing completely done and cast and bound off, I will see how I like it. But I got a feeling this is going to end up in the shop. And I know I have another one I'm going to be casting on. That's in beige. That's probably also going to end up in the shop. Again, stuff ends up in the shop when I buy a lot of yarn, I make a lot of things, and I get to the point of, okay, I'm done with this, I just want to finish it. Am I going to keep it? Maybe. So, as far as stuff ending up in the shop, I never know what will end up in the shop sometimes, or will end up on the, or will just end up in the gift bag, or will just end up in my finished objects, which I go through at Christmas and give gifts out of, because why the heck not? Although I can only do scarves so many years in a row. So those are in progress. Keyword there being getting. Oh. I've also finally got my catalog for Knit Picks. They definitely have some yarns I do want to play with. I just have to save up some money to play with said yarns, because they can be a tad expensive. But then again, I can also go through ChemKnits, because she uses a lot of knit picks in her dyeing, in her yarn dyeing, so, but even there it can be a tad expensive. But I'm hoping to one day get some really nice, like, hand-dyed yarn. I do actually have some, but that's going to be going into a scrap blanket, if I remember. I'm gonna be doing blankets with a lot of like hand-dyed minis that I plan on buying in the futures. So that you probably guys won't see on the podcast for quite some time, unless I get ambitious and start it. Which, knowing me, but I won't be doing that until I get a new ball winder, because I want to get a cantilever style, just so, because the one I have right now, so here's the base of it, and the barrel sits like this. I'm not really a big fan of it. I mean, it's fine for when I'm doing cottons and stuff like that, but when I'm working off my Yarn Swift, it's not very fun. Let me just put it that way. So, next on the show and tell list, so if you are not, so this is one of my projects for, oops, that's not supposed to be over there. So this is one of my projects, one of the live stream projects. The other one's in that bin back there, the gray one that's kind of messing up on camera because stripes. So this is one of the projects I'm working. This is here we go. This is going to be a panel blanket. I got 3 more balls of this hanging out in my bin, because once I get through these, I'll be mostly on just scarf yarns, which will be awesome, since those ones are, since my scarves and blankets usually take me the longest. If I just focus on a scarf or a blanket, I can get it done in about 2 weeks, and that is with allowing my brain craziness. So, and this is how much I have left of the first ball. And no, if you're wondering, I will not be tying on the second ball to make longer panels. I will just be casting off the first panel and then casting on the second panel, which will not be on stream, because that's words you do not want to hear. Because casting these things off. So what I'm hoping is that this panel will end on the teal, and I pray not any of the homespun will either land on the teal or the brown yarn. I'm hoping it lands on one of those two and doesn't end up on the homespun or the fuzzy, because Let's see, what are we feeling in there? Ooh. Ooh. Don't mind me. Feels like I might get my wish, but I won't know for at least another live stream or so. So, yeah, that's one of the things I'm hoping is the hat. I don't have to worry about, I mean, the bind off is easy. It's just a bit of a pain, a bit of cursing that goes along with it. So, yeah. So this is going along swimmingly. And I cannot, and yes, it will be completely mirrored going all up the panels for the most part. There are some like stripes here, like this one, that I swear are shorter than this one. But it could just be where things start and end. I won't know until I get the full blanket done. So. And as you probably guess, I didn't bother to mute things, so you're going to hear bings and bongs going off like crazy out of my computer because I didn't really feel like muting stuff. I meant to do this earlier today, but I've been on a Mandabelle cake binge because they recently closed the series. But there is a new, but he does have a new channel. It's called You've Been Deserted. Yeah. I'll let you guys work that one out. Interesting name, I'll give him that. So I started on the second panel for the cat blanket. I do plan on using this loom again for another blanket I have coming up planned. And one... So I got this loom. I have another loom the same size as this, but I really don't want to use it because it's my other set of looms that I don't like that much due to, well, my fingernails are back to normal now. Let's just say my fingernails are no longer hurting or causing me issues. That was my main issue with that other loom set, was it just hurt my fingernails like crazy. If I have an option, I would definitely buy another set of these loops and threads because I love these. They don't I mean, yeah, they do cause a little bit of havoc on my hands, but what loom's not going to? Because you got little, excuse me, because along the edges, you got, there's, I don't know, think you can see, you can't really. There's little cast marks from when they did the castings. So you do get those, so you get little sharp bits along the round around the tops, which they do a little damage, but those other ones did major damage to my hands. I mean major. Oh, and sounds like Peanut Gallery has come to say hi. I don't know if she's heading towards Mom or this way, but if you happen to see her, yeah, or hear her, because she's not exactly quiet with her bells. And yes, we have a bell collar on her because, turn around for one moment, be amazed what trouble she can get into. Okay, next on the list of show and tell is, you guys have been seeing this now since the start of the podcast. This thing has been going, see, I've been doing this particular scarf now, I want to say since at least last spring, just because I'm crocheting it. Don't get me wrong, you can put a lot of good time on this and really knock out a lot in a little bit of time. It's just, it was a big ball of yarn. that I was working. I'm working through. It's getting smaller. Don't get me wrong. It's getting smaller. It's like I think the other one's hanging out in that bin right now. So things are getting smaller. Or some things are getting longer, like this beauty. So I haven't shown this since I think it was right about here. I think we were just starting to enter the first little gray bit. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to buy another ball of this, which, believe me, does not surprise me, because this is all I got left. When you don't clean out your yarn ball, you get a lot of things sticking to your yarn. So this is all I have left of the first ball. I don't have another ball on hand, but I was working on this most of today. So yeah, so this is going to, I'll be getting another ball of this, which I will be working from the outside in due to rage issues. Oh, I had some rage issues with this, alright. Let me put it this way. This project, minus the loom, of course, almost ended up in the fireplace. I was last winter because I was really mad. I was sleepy. I was pushing myself. And yeah. I think it was like after work or something. So I was pushing myself. Okay. Camera is not doing that justice. It's way brighter. But it could just be the lighting too. And if you're wondering, yes, I know the camera is not doing justice on some of these colors I show. Believe me, I know. So I really haven't, due to me not feeling good for most of last week, I didn't do any projects because I was not feeling good last week at all. I don't think if I worked on a project, I think it was just dishcloths. So no projects really got done last week, which kind of sucks because I would have actually, no, the only project that really got done last week was my other stream project, which I will show once I get it a little bigger and a couple more colors put on, and not so. This week's a really short stream because I didn't have a whole lot of projects to work on, and I might have been putting off doing this podcast for a few days. So yeah, but other than that, there was a yarn haul that went up earlier this week. Earlier today I had the giveaway info, which will be on my live stream channel, which is mixer.com/ghostgal. Link is in the description. I'll double check that. So I was going to put the link in the information cards, but I cannot due to you have to be a YouTube partner for that, which I don't plan on going for because extra drama not needed. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks unless you happen to stop by the live stream because I'm starting to do free hats. Okay. The camera's not doing this justice either. It's looking green. It's looking like a drab green when it's not. So I might need to figure out how to recalibrate colors on my camera because heck, I don't think it's good. I notice it doesn't do some colors justice. whatsoever. So, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks, when hopefully I have more finished objects. Oh, like seriously, get more projects done. So I will see you all then. Until then, happy crafting, happy knitting, happy crocheting.